Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Standout Podcast. My name is Landon, and we are here for a very special episode today. We are going directly against the orders of Captain Adam, and we are going to be hosting a Valentine's Day episode. Yay! Alright, so we're going to be going through kind of the biblical look at Valentine's Day, what Valentine's Day should mean as Christians, and we're going to have some fun at the end. Little would you rather. And y'all sit back, relax, get your cup of coffee, and let's get right into this.
All right. To start us off, Landon, Adam, I've got three main questions, which is kind of going to be the basis of today's fun little discussion. So, first off, I'm going to go for your personal opinion. Adam, just because it's fun, I'm going to start with you. What do you think Valentine's Day is really about?
In my opinion, it's an excuse for people to buy chocolate and take the day off.
I don't recall people taking day off for Valentine's Day, but okay. You know, if you guys get school off Valentine's Day, then lucky you, because I do not. Landon?
And the question is in my preference, my personal opinion. Well, I would say that in my personal opinion, and from the research I've conducted, Valentine's Day is a day where we celebrate love, particularly romantic love. But mainly, that is caused by the remembrance of a massive slaughter performed by some barbarians, and Saint Valentine? And he married a bunch of people, and then they all died because, yeah. Yay.
Yeah, we love that happy starting point of one of the most interesting holidays. But yeah, and I guess for us, there's a lot of different ways you can view this holiday. Personally, for me, in my opinion, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hated this holiday up till recently. It's still kind of weird for me, but like, let me tell you what I told everybody last year. Valentine's Day is literally a hate crime against single people. I think Adam would agree with me. Adam?
Yes, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a way for people who are married or in a dating relationship to say, I'm better than you, to all the singles.
That's one way to put it, I guess. You know? But it's funny because Valentine's Day didn't originate as well. Okay, so technically, yes, it is for like couples and people who are dating, people who are married in a relationship, a romantic relationship, and then it is kind of unfair to the rest of us, or the rest of the world, actually. I can't really say us because I'm not single anymore, but so you can kind of view Valentine's Day in two different ways. Technically more, but there's two main ways. So, Adam, what does the world say about Valentine's Day? How do they view it?
To be honest, Summer, I don't know how to answer your question. I don't really pay that much attention to Valentine's Day, so I can't really offer anything insightful as to what other people say about it.
I will go ahead and answer. And we kind of celebrate Valentine's Day here in the U.S. as a day of just celebration of love. You know, parents buy their kids those little heart gummies and chocolates, and those like little, like the little heart candies that come in the little boxes, and they're so good.
Isn't it?
But they're
like
only
rocks?
yes,
Like
and they're so good. But they're only at Valentine's Day.
Yep, stock up now.
They're amazing. It also is probably the largest day besides Mother's Day for flower sales here in the U.S. And yeah, we just kind of decorate everything red, white, and pink. And it's a pretty fun day.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. So, unfortunately, Adam, couldn't answer like one of the best questions. It's a shame, really. But anyway, the world, I guess you could say the world views Valentine's Day, yes, as a romantic sense. But then for the people who aren't really in a romantic relationship, it just kind of sucks for them, and they get to, it's literally just an excuse for them free candy from their parents or their friends, teachers, you know. And just some like the world kind of sees it as put all of your love into this one day is a kind of how some people can view it. And then some people or some other parts of the world are like, well, no, Valentine's Day is for everybody. Let's be real, they only say that to the people who don't have a Valentine or who aren't in a romantic relationship. So that's actually really biased. So, Adam, I think you can answer this question. I mean, I hope you can. You couldn't answer the last question, so we'll see. But since Valentine's Day is really all about love, what does the Bible say about love rather than what the world says about it? Because the world has some messed up views of love, and we'll get to that in a second. But for now, Adam, what does the Bible say about love? I know we've got some verses on that, so.
Yeah, so love, as described in the Bible, is a self-sacrificial and serving mindset, a compassion, I guess, almost. Love is not the warm feelings that you get for somebody else. That's affection or attraction. That isn't love. Love is when you deeply care about that person. That's when you are willing to sacrifice your time, your resources, your even yourself for that person to help them or to care for them. Think of the love of a parent for their children. They are willing to give their time, their resources, their energy, and even themselves for their children. Now, that is love. And there are different types of love. There's love for parent-child. There's love for sibling to sibling, friend to friend, husband and wife. It's far different than what the world says about love.
Landon, have any comments, thoughts before we move on to some of our Bible verses?
Yeah, I would say the biblical and kind of Christian worldview of love is that we need to treat love as more of a respect, a mutual respect, and a a belief in one another. You trust that person, you care for that person, and you want the best to happen to that person no matter what. And kind of in the more secularist worldview, we view love as a more of a lustful romantic sense. Physical images are often used as a primary source for this, as compared to emotional connection.
That's very true. And speaking about biblical love or what the Bible says about love, I think as Christians, it's important to realize that the Christian view of love should be very different than the world's view of love. Because in the Bible, it literally says that God is love. And I think it was 1 John 4:8 that says, "He who does not love does not know God, for God is love." And so, like now in this day and age, we've kind of twisted that into, all these like romantic relationships, or love is just a really strong emotion that you have, or it's just when you like really like something and you're willing to do like anything for that person or thing, just something you like really care about, put a lot of time into.
So with this talk about Christian or biblical love versus the world's definition of love, it's important that we bring up one of the most well-known passages for a Christian's love. That would be John 15, verses 12 and 13, where Jesus says, "This is my commandment, that you love one another just as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, that one lay down his life for his friends." So obviously we see in here the definition or the evidence of love, I guess, is a self-sacrificial mindset, I guess. You're willing to sacrifice yourself to, as he says, lay down his life for his friends. So, Landon, Summer, what important messages about love can we get from this passage?
I think going back to verse 12, where he says, "This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you." I think that's a concept everybody really struggles with nowadays. Especially, it's especially hard to like love somebody if you don't even know them or if they've wronged you in some way. And I think the world is kind of like, it literally goes against that, because it's like, if somebody wrongs you, oh, wrong them back, do it 10 times worse, make sure they never mess with you or do this to you again. And it's literally the opposite of what we are instructed to do as Christians. And Valentine's Day is kind of the day where it's like, oh, you should show your love on this day, only love people on this day, is kind of what some people might view it as, when really we should be loving one another all the time, constantly, and not just for a specific holiday that's about love.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Luke 6:32 through 36. We're looking at verse 35 here, though. "If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. If you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners do the same. If you lend to those from whom you expect to receive, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners in order to receive back the same amount. But love your enemies and do good, and lend, expecting nothing in return, and your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High, for he himself is kind to ungrateful and evil men. Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful."
Yeah, thanks for reading that, Landon. And it kind of goes back to what I was saying in response to the other verses that Adam previously read for us about loving your enemies. And like I said, the world kind of teaches us to do the opposite and, not love your enemies, hate them, curse them, and I understand why it's very, very hard to do that. But going back to verse 35, "But love your enemies, do good, and lend, hoping for nothing in return, and your rewards will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High, for he is kind to the unthankful and evil." And there's an emphasis, or I'm going to place emphasis on the hoping for nothing in return. Because a lot of the times when we do something for a certain person, we're hoping to get something in return for it. But when we do, that's not really considered love. It's not true love, especially because that kind of ties in with 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8, where it says, it tells us what love is and it tells us what love is not. So starting from verse 4, it says, "Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in truth, bears all things, endures all things." And then it says, "Love never fails. But whether there are prophecies, they will fail. Whether there are tongues, they will cease. Whether there is knowledge, it will vanish away." It says that love it does not seek its own, which means it can be translated to it does not ask for anything in return. Because if you are looking for something in return, then that means it's not love, especially because it literally says so in the Bible. You can't, it's not true, it's not real love if you want something out of it, if you're hoping for something in return. And now if you get something in return without hoping for it, that's a completely different story. But 1 Corinthians 16:14, the last verse we'll have for you guys, simply states, let all that you do be done with love. And that kind of ties in with loving your enemies, because we should do, as Christians especially, we should do everything in love, because that also sets forth our image, how other people see us. And so we kind of want to maintain that, I guess, image, especially to non-Christians, so that they can see that there's something different about us, that they know that that Christ is in us, and that we can hopefully lead them to Christ. So it's pretty important that we do everything in love. Any further comments?
It's not love if you have nothing to lose. If you're just going in and it's a win-win scenario for everybody all around, are you really doing it for that person? Or are you doing that for yourself?
Yeah, that's something to think about as well. Made a very good point. Adam, anything to add before we get into our more fun activities?
Nope. You two got it all pretty covered. Said it all very well. We just can't let our love be a false face. It can't be a hypocrisy. Yeah, that's all I got.
Because this is a special episode, Valentine's Day, I've compiled a list of fun questions for everybody to answer. So we're going to start off with a game of Would You Rather? And Adam, of course, you will be going first because, yeah, me and Landon really want to know your answer. We're really looking forward to this.
You're both insufferable. You're both insufferable.
For the audience out there, Adam really hates questions about Valentine's Day. So we're gonna help him out here. We're gonna loosen him up a little bit, get him used to the water. And Summer, take it away.
All right. Starting with the first Would You Rather question, Adam. Would you rather get a lot of Valentines from people you don't know very well, or just get one from someone who is special to you?
I would rather get a bunch of Valentines from a bunch of people that I don't really know.
I was really expecting the latter on that one, but
personally, I would go with the just get one from somebody who's special to you. Because what's the point if you don't know these people? You get a Valentine's from somebody you don't know, be like, who are you? You've been stalking me?
The reason is so I wouldn't have to feel bad about losing a card or throwing it away or not responding to it at all. So
yeah, sure.
Interesting choice. Landon, did you answer? Or
oh yeah, no, I'm totally taking the singular one.
Same.
If I don't know you, well then why are you sending me a Valentine?
Okay, Adam. Next one. Would you rather host a Valentine's party or be a guest at one?
Be a guest. I could leave at any time.
Ouch. Well, that's not very nice to the person who invited you.
Yeah. So if y'all haven't been able to tell by now, I really don't like Valentine's Day.
No, we couldn't tell. Please go on. Yes.
I actually gotta go with Adam on this one. Hosting a Valentine's Day party does not sound very. It doesn't sound very pleasant.
Okay, so let me just take some logic into this. Okay, I'm gonna ruin this. What guy in their right mind would host a Valentine's Day party? I mean, think about it. as a guy, as a man, would you host a Valentine's Day party? No, that would just be kind of creepy.
It's a theoretical
Well,
question, Adam.
maybe by this time, Adam, there will be a Mrs. Adam. All right, so let's not get rid of all our options here.
Nah, but I'd have to agree with you guys. I'd much rather be a guest. I have been a guest. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty awkward. I missed the Super Bowl last year. Kind of sad.
You missed the Super Bowl?
But the Bengals lost anyway, so it wasn't that bad.
Actually, I've
yeah.
never been to a Valentine's Day party.
I've only been to one. And
what do you even do at a Valentine's Day party?
I don't even remember what we did, bro. I think we just ate food and talked.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like most people are gonna like not be at a party. They're gonna be on like a date or something. But
yeah. Well, it was like a Galentine's party, so it was for all the girls who weren't dating. It was still really weird. I didn't know half the people there.
That is the ultimate diss.
You want to come to my party because you're single?
Oh, Adam, it's okay. Maybe you can go to one for guys.
That is the definition of a pity party, if I've ever heard one.
Maybe your church will have one. You can all sit in separate pews.
Okay. Let's move on to the third one. Would you rather get to write the script for the Valentine's episode of your favorite TV show, or be in the Valentine's episode of your favorite TV show? So before you answer that question, what is your favorite TV show? Adam, you first.
Well, my favorite TV show has probably got to be Psych, and I would much rather write the script for a Valentine's Day episode.
No explanation as to why. Love that. Anyway, Landon?
I'm going to be honest. I really don't watch a lot of TV shows. I watch TV like maybe a couple times a year. So,
it could be like a Disney Plus series or something.
Like a Disney Plus series. All right. Trying to think of one I actually enjoyed. Let's go with the Captain America show. All right. You know what? I'd rather be in that one. I feel like that'd be kind of funny. A Valentine's Day Captain America episode.
I'm not gonna lie, my favorite TV show is the Clone Wars. So I don't think, as much as I love Star Wars, I wouldn't want to be in that episode. I would much rather write the script because I don't know. I love writing. I could do whatever I wanted, bro. You know, cause some turmoil, break some people up, put some people together, you know.
You know, present General Grievous with a bouquet of lightsabers, you know.
See, my options are very vast.
You got a lot of options there.
Uh-huh.
All right. What's the next one?
Okay, Adam. Would you rather spend Valentine's Day with your family or your friends?
I would rather spend my Valentine's Day with my family. So I'm hardcore anti-Valentine's Day, and so is my family. So Valentine's Day is a completely normal day for me. I don't have to deal with any of the Valentine's Day stuff in my house.
Wait, so your parents don't even celebrate it?
No, they have the same opinion that I do, that it's just an excuse to sell and buy chocolates.
Interesting. Landon?
You know what? I'd rather spend it with my friends, I think. That'd be funny. Especially Adam.
I think I'd have to agree with you.
Just to joke around about it all day.
Yeah. Think of all the fun stuff you could do.
Adam doesn't like fun, though, so...
Oh, that's fair. I'd rather go... I wouldn't spend
Landon,
it with my family.
knowing you, Landon, you would turn that day into a giant meme. The whole day would just be a meme.
Let's go looking for an Angela.
Going to the mall with Adam to find Angela. For our audience, Angela is a computer-generated picture we made for Adam as his fictional future girlfriend. And I gotta say, the computer did a really good job.
Oh, yeah.
And for the audience, also, the whole joke is really cringy.
Nah.
We love it.
All
It's
right,
been
next
going
one.
on for a year, so.
Would you rather? Oh, goodness. Summer. All right. Would you rather go to a Valentine's party with no food, but lots of activities, or go to a Valentine's party with food, but no activities?
You first, Adam.
I would choose the Valentine's party with only food, no activities.
I am going to have to agree with you. Because if you go to a party that doesn't have food, why even go?
I'd rather be full and bored than hungry and mentally entertained.
Amen to that.
Oh, goodness. All right. Last one. Would you rather eat heart-shaped dog treats or eat rose petals? I gotta say, I'd much rather eat the rose petal.
Yeah, me too.
Yep, I would too. Although, yeah, no, I would totally eat rose petals. Just because it's more logical and flowers are actually edible. For humans, anyway.
Have you ever had rose-flavored drinks?
Mmm.
It's really weird.
I haven't, but I've heard of it. I think the only one is like rose-flavored tea or something.
Rose flavored water.
Yeah, I had rose-flavored lemonade. It was really weird.
What? I don't think lemonade and rose petals are.
No, yeah, it was like super strange. It's at Target.
I don't go to Target, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's really weird.
But, yeah.
All right. Well, we had a great episode today. Y'all, just remember, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. And moral of the story is, love is not always what it appears to be. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this episode, leave us a like and a comment down below. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Adam and Summer, any parting words?
If you're single on Valentine's Day, do us all a favor and just look at Valentine's memes. You can laugh at your suffering. That's what I've been doing for the last couple years. But, yeah, it's literally just an excuse, if you're single, to get yourself some free chocolate or get it from your family or your friends, whoever. You don't really have to celebrate it, but you can be like Adam and do nothing, or you can have some fun with it, you know?
Yeah, I plan to celebrate Valentine's Day by looking at memes and laughing at my suffering, or alleged suffering. Ha ha ha. See you guys later.
You'll have a great day. See you.